What's up, YouTube? Come back at y'all with another video. You feel me? In this video, I want to talk about walking into the unknown. You feel me? Walking into the unknown. Walking into the unknown, and it's pretty much what I've been doing. For some time now. Just to give an example, like being in entrepreneurship, you pretty much always walking into the unknown. Like, you have your blueprint, you have your idea, you have your vision of how you want things to go and where you want to end up. But anybody who knows know that it don't always go the way you want it to go, especially within entrepreneurship. But just in life in general, you can have your vision and your plan or ideas of how you want things to go specifically, but we all know it never turns out that way. So that's especially been the case for me. Like, certain things I planned, especially for last year, I planned to go certain ways. Didn't necessarily go the way I wanted to go, but that's just a part of adjusting to what actually happened, as opposed to what I had wanted to happen. Adjusting to those circumstances, pivoting, and moving from there. But walking in the unknown is filled with, for a lot of people, I can understand, it's filled with anxiety and it's scary. And even me, sometimes I'll be a little anxious because with me being so goal driven and ambitious, it sometimes, I guess, bothers me not knowing how things are going to play out. Like, I know in game I'm gonna be good, but just within the journey, it kind of messes with you a little bit in a sense. But that's really where you got to find that inner peace and that understanding within it, as to say, you trust in what you're doing, you trust in what you're pushing, you trust in what you're backing, and that's also when your karma comes into play. If you've been a righteous individual, you really be putting in that work, all those things are going to come back into times 10, but it's just about timing. Everything is about timing, and that's one thing I had to understand. I could want things to happen at a certain time, but the source, the Most High, the universe, they will probably want it to happen at a different time, to align with certain things that, just certain things that the universe wants to happen at particular times to match the time frame of what's happening at that time. You feel me? So just because you want something to happen at a certain time, that doesn't necessarily mean that's the best time for it to happen. Let's be real, we all want our stuff to happen expeditiously, even though we understand it's not how it works, but we all wouldn't mind if our stuff just, took off expeditiously. But that's just not the reality of it. And, it comes with walking in the unknown. And it's some dark days walking in the unknown, just because, like I said, you don't know. And as human beings, we don't like to not be in the knowing. We like to be in the knowing of things, especially when it comes to revolving around our lives. So it's difficult walking in the unknown. It's very difficult. Like I said, you got to have that peace and understanding as to you knowing where you're headed, even though you don't know. You feel what I'm saying? Like, where you're eventually heading to, even though you don't know the specific steps you're going to take leading up to that. You just got to trust your steps, trust your path, trust your journey. Like I said, if you've been moving the righteous way, you've been really putting in that work, you've been genuine, you've been authentic behind whatever you're pushing, it's going to come into fruition. That's just how it has to. That's just how this universe was set up. But everything is timing. So it ain't going to happen on your accord. It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. And part of success is accepting that. A lot of people can't accept that things don't come on their time accord, but on the collective universe or the Most High or the source accord. So a lot of people can't accept that. So they'll crash out or burn out because they're what they wanted to happen is not happening at the time that they wanted to happen. So therefore, they throw it all away, and they throw it all away in a sense. And it's just, it comes down to the point, like, I understand people, but it also, you gotta have that sense of patience, bro. Patience, man. That's something I have troubles with sometimes too. I ain't gonna lie, cause I know it's only because I know what I'm pushing is 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 it. You feel me? My blueprint, my vision, I know it's it, and the things I done built up around it, and the foundation I done built up for it, I done went about it the right way. So when you really put intricate time and details in what you've been working on, you know, and in the short term, you ain't really been seeing high level returns. Like, you've been getting some returns, but you ain't really been seeing high level returns on the short term. I'll be real, it bothers you. You feel me? But what I had to realize is a lot of the things that I've done and that I'm doing, it kind of aligns with long term returns instead. Like, just me, for example, finishing the ebook, that's really a long term investment. And as I was writing it, I kind of knew that I wasn't gonna get a high short term return on an ebook. You feel me? Especially with me still in my early stages of being an entrepreneur, or early stages of me growing into my success level. You feel me? So, because I understood, like, people not gonna really want to hear what you gotta say until you that guy. That's just what it is. That's why I'm not, with this YouTube channel, I'm not really worried about the views and the likes right now. All that's gonna come once I get on. So I'm just focusing on putting out content, stocking up content, so people can binge watch, so my view time can be up. Cause I understand how it go. People don't really want to hear what you gotta say unless you've gotten to a certain point. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to the people who is listening right now. You getting in before the crowd. You definitely get in before the crowd. You getting real game that people that's already on be speaking on a grand scale. But like I said, if you ain't known, people ain't really trying to hear you out. And again, even with this YouTube, that's just walking in the unknown. But I trust my knowledge and what I speak so much. Not just because of what I think about myself, but what other people told me, and me going to public speaking events, me speaking in front of schools and whatnot. Like, people want me to speak there, so it's just me understanding, like, okay, yeah, I know this is one of my purposes here. I just gotta stick with it, regardless of the grind phase, regardless of the low views. It's not about that right now. It's just about, for me right now, it's just about me putting this information out right now. Because I really think this is my duty for this time period, to really just put out information. So like I said, when something finally click, because when you do a lot of different things, something will gonna click. So when something finally click, I already have information on my YouTube to where people can absorb this knowledge. You feel me? And I can grow from there. But at the end of the day, man, walking in the unknown is really just about trusting yourself, believing in yourself, truly believing in yourself, man. It ain't you can't, that's the thing when you walking in the unknown. See, when you walking in the unknown and you know how you're gonna get paid weekly, you know what I'm saying? You kind of comfortable in a set cycle. It's like you're not really walking in the unknown. Especially if you are content with where you at, and you just constantly going in that same cycle. You're not walking in the unknown. You walking in the known. You're doing the same thing every week. There's nothing you changing up about your lifestyle or yourself. So you're walking in the unknown. For the people who are not walking in the known, who are not walking in the known, They're making lifestyle changes. They're making changes about themselves. They're making changes about people around them. They're making changes about their work situation. You feel me? They're making different changes. So therefore, now they're not going through the same loop cycle. So now they're walking in the unknown. And the smallest change can be uncomfortable because you're so used to being on this set loop, on this set schedule, that one change can kind of throw you off in a sense. So walking in the unknown is scary, and I say scary only because you don't know. Like, you don't know the outcome of it, but it's where you have to get to a point to where you truly believe in yourself and what you're doing and what you're working towards, that is going to play out into your favor. And like I said, you can't walk into the unknown until you truly believe in yourself, not fake believing, not trying to get other people to think that you really believe in yourself, but truly, genuinely, authentically believing in yourself to the core. That's when you'll be able to not just walk in the unknown, but peacefully walking the unknown. I'm not saying some days you ain't gonna have the days where I've been having them days recently where you have your days where you have your up days, you have your down days, especially walking the unknown, because you have an idea, but you don't really be knowing, where the source, where the Most High, where the universe is taking you in this particular time. But you just gotta trust your journey, trust your path, that it's gonna align you where you're trying to be or where you need to be. You feel me? So that's pretty much it, man. Walking into the unknown. Find that sense of peace within. Find that level of peace. And be comfortable being uncomfortable. Peace.